These are my thoughts immediately following the Stormers against the Lions in the URC Derby weekend, which is already shaping up to be a belter of a weekend. I've got the fire going in the living room. I've got loads of bowls of snacks that I'm churning my way through, and a procession of brilliant rugby matches last night, all through today. I've got pause on the Bristol v Leicester game. I'm going to go and watch that. Sharks against Bulls in a little bit, and it goes on and on. But right now, my thoughts on the game in Cape Town between the Stormers and the Lions. Spoiler alert, the result is coming. 29-10, a convincing win for the Stormers. And they needed that. And maybe it just goes to show Dion Fourie is... I mean, we already knew he was a legend, but legend status confirmed, because when Dion Fourie's around, the Stormers win games. Maybe it is that simple. I don't know, there was a few other elements that go into it, but how good to see that man back. I mean, when you saw Dion Fourie going off on the back of that, on a stretcher, on the back of that golf cart thing, when he went off injured 9 months ago, I just assumed, well, that's that then. He's had a good run. He's going to retire an absolute hero with an amazing World Cup story. I just thought that would be that. But for him to come back and still have the hunger to go through all that rehab, to get back in condition to play elite rugby again, and then within 1 minute of being back on the field to get another Dion Fourie style turnover, it was just great to see. Remember, these two teams started in the URC log with the Lions in 6th position, having had a really positive first half of the season, and the Stormers in 13th, so 4th bottom, and had a really, really poor first half of the season. You always felt, even before this game, the trajectories of the two teams could be going like that. You hope that the Lions could keep going, because they've been so much fun to watch. But, well, I won't say the wheels came off a little bit today. I'll give Stormers credit. The guys that came back in have had a massive impact on that team. Dion Fourie being one of them, but Marnie Lebok, another. Of course, can't go any further just talking about players returning without mentioning Sasha Feinberg-Ngomazulu. Really, really hope that his injury isn't too bad. He got absolutely walloped by Clabber Kanye, who I love that guy as well. How good is he? I actually don't know, and South Africa have got so many incredible tight head props. I actually don't know where he is in the pecking order, but I'd like to think he must be getting close, knocking on the door. I suppose Neithling Fashir is another one, and he scored an absolute worldie of a try, the final try of the match, the 5th try for the Stormers, getting himself... And he had no right to be on the shoulder of an outside back after a line break and gassing it into score. Just shows the condition that guy's in. But and Clabber Kanye, yeah, I loved him. But Sasha got walloped by him as like a hip flexor, hip kind of injury. Hopefully that's just a little bit of a knock rather than a tear or anything too serious. So we'll watch that one. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Sasha playing in the 12 jersey, he was trying to run lots of hard lines straight into big men like in Clabber Kanye. On that occasion, I sort of go, well, maybe that's not your game, Sasha. Maybe your game is putting other people into space. I know the guy can do it all. That, in fact, it was in the build-up to the Stormers' first try. It was a Sasha break, little switch with Warwick Lant. Real long phases of play, and in that heat, and it's weird watching rugby. As I say, I've got the fire going in my living room. It's grey, it's dark outside. Today is the shortest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. And yeah, it's cold and it's wet. And it's just watching it in bright sunshine. I wouldn't be against summer rugby. In the UK, that is. Genuinely, I think in the UK, summer rugby would be good, because it's never that hot anyway. And yeah, mind you, the game between Leicester and Bristol is shaping up to be a cracker in cold conditions. The music was going, the crowd was in. I know that I've been in that Cape Town stadium, and I know it's quite big, so 25, 30,000 people would be quite spread out in that stadium. So it never look on the telly, it never comes across. But the music was going, and I remember from my time in South Africa, I was introduced to songs like Sister Bettina. So yeah, I heard that one, the old Freddie Mercury, and all the rest of it. It looked like there'd been a try for Morne van den Berg to kick things off, but it was disallowed for offside. Now, that, I still don't understand what the offence was on that. I mean, I believe the referee and the commentators were like, oh, that doesn't get picked up very often, but good call. So, you know what? This is one of those where I was watching it going, what's the offence? How can you, when you've got your own scrum, and Morne van den Berg passed the ball to the 12, wasn't it? Hard line from the 12, straight from the scrum. And it wasn't a forward pass. So how can you be offside catching the ball from a scrum? I still haven't worked that one out, but hey, I mean, please let me know if you understand. Anyway, it was disallowed. No one seemed too bothered. The game was so loose in every sense. Loose in the sense that there was massive phases, long spells of play. They were attacking left to right, coast to coast, and a bit loose because you could tighten up on some of the core handling skills on both teams. But it was a try from Dweber with a real solid maul platform that got the Stormers on their way, and their maul was very, very good in this one. They had another try disallowed when Dweber looked like he'd scored a second try from a maul. He got his second try from the back of a maul later, but the second one was disallowed because of a truck and trailer. Dion Fourie was a judge to have splintered off from the side. And that was after a huge moment in the game when Ruben Schoeman was given a red card for an illegal clear out on Marnie Le Boc. Ben Jason Dixon had made a break up the left-hand touchline, went down to ground about 5 metres out. Ball had been cleaned away. Marnie Le Boc was just reaching in to pick up the ball in the scrum half roll, and Schoeman flies in low with a bit of a tucked chicken wing arm, shoulder, head, wiped him out. I mean, he was really low in his defence, but you're always risking being given a card, and it looked dangerous. I guess, so I wasn't surprised there was a red card. I was surprised that Le Boc didn't go off for an HIA, because he got clocked in the head by a very large man's shoulder. But anyway, he carried on. And just on Marnie Le Boc, by the way, so he missed three conversions for the first 3 tries, which were quite wide out, but his passing, the cross kick for the first try that he set up was just, mwah. He was playing with penalty advantage, and the classic signature Marnie Le Boc cross kick. His range of passing is so good. And yes, he couldn't kick very well. It was Hartzenberg was on the end of the cross kick try, wasn't it? Hartzenberg makes the break up the middle. A few phases later, penalty advantage, Le Boc kick, Hartzenberg try. And the attack actually, for the most part, for Stormers was quite clinical when they got the chance. 5 tries. Sasha went down when the score was 10-0 and went off. Dweber with that other try, 15-0. Marnie was running the show. But like I say, missing the conversions. There were some handling skill errors. 15-0 at half-time. And it was really loose in the second half. Frankie Horn always impresses me. He made a break. And then an incredible best attacking moment of the game. A solo effort from Edwil van der Merwe. Absolutely brilliant try. Lions get the ball to the edge down the left-hand touchline. Van der Merwe makes some ground, sees the defenders coming in, chips over the top, gasses it, collects his own kick, try, awesome. And then, unfortunately for the Lions, more indiscipline with a yellow card for a deliberate knock-on. Again, I didn't see the replay on the feed that I was watching, but I mean, yeah, I can see why they're given, but it also seemed a little bit harsh. But there was an instant punishment for that one with Leolin Zas going in for a try. It was Le Boc to Galant to Zas. Marnie gets the conversion this time, but the Lions managed to get a front of the line out try with Frankie Horn and Frankie Murray. And that all came from a quick tap from Morne van den Berg. Morne van den Berg was really good in this game. I thought he was really good. Nahamba, not such an impact off the bench as I thought he might do. And actually, the Lions have proven themselves to be pretty good with 14 men, haven't they? But they didn't manage to get it on this occasion. Nahamba, at one point, when the Lions are attacking inside Stormers 22, Nahamba goes for the crossfield kick. It was not on, and he kicks it straight into touch. And then from that, Stormers' defence was really good. That's probably, I'd say, the most pleasing bit. They limited the Lions to 10 points, 2 tries, and the defence on their own goal line for massive spells was really, really stood up. And I think the Stormers pack looked like it had more edge in this game. and it was a deserved full 5-point win, with Neethling Fourie scoring that awesome try to wrap things up. What was mad though, just before Stormers got up the other end and Fourie scored, was like, you're sort of thinking at that point they're 12 points up and the Lions are on their own line. Do you know what, lads? Let's just close the game out here. No. Marnie Lebot crossfield kick from inside his own dead ball area, and he manages to get it to Hartzenberg on the right-hand touchline. Wild skills. Looked like fun. Bring on the rest of the Derby matches. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because, like I say, Leicester v Bristol is on right now. Stormers v Bulls starts in a bit, and I'll be back on the channel very soon with more. Let me, yeah, I'm feeling very festive today. Turkey Hut's going back on. Give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave your comments in the channel. See you on the next one.